What's up, AfterBuzzers? Welcome back to another episode of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills After Show. Dorit's display is done at Kitson, and she calls Camille a snake. Tune in right now.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey guys!
Yes!
I feel so good to be back.
Yes, I know, right?
So much.
We appreciate the snake effect.
Yes!
Oh my gosh, we just finished watching the episode. We have so much to talk about. We're feeling all kinds of ways.
Ooh.
I'm your host, Thomas Erlina, and I'm joined here by...
Amanda Terry. Hey guys, how are you?
Hi everyone, I'm Cynthia Nicole.
Welcome back. How's everybody
you.
doing tonight?
Amazing. How are you guys?
Very good.
Great.
Yeah.
What do we think about tonight's episode?
I'm heated.
Heated.
I'm heated.
So much went on tonight's episode. It didn't feel like that in the beginning, but it really kind of came to a really nasty ending.
It's like I have like a negative feeling with me still.
Right?
Do you guys you just feel like about the show?
I feel like a snake, literally.
Well, we just finished watching the show, as I said. There's so much to talk about. Let's just dive right into it. We end up heading back to Provence. Everybody's still there. We cannot move forward without talking about what appears to be a blackout from Teddy from last week's episode. She has no recollection of what happened last night. I mean, can we just go back to last week? What happened there? Did Teddy just say everything she wanted to say and didn't realize it? Or is she playing this like, oh, I didn't know what I said, but she did? What's going on here?
She was a little intoxicated, or a lot intoxicated.
A lot.
So I think that she had every right to apologize to Erica. Erica deserved that apology because of the
Yes.
way she behaved last week. But I don't fully buy that she doesn't remember.
Really?
Yeah,
I
don't
had a
buy
feeling
it.
there was going to be a difference of, thoughts, so that's why I brought it up. So you thought that she was a little coherent enough to know that she was coming after Erica.
Yeah, just a little.
Okay.
I would say she could have been really intoxicated. I think that there's bits and pieces that she remembers, and then when people start telling you, I think that you start to remember.
Yes. You brought up an interesting theory about that, right?
The truth always comes out when you're drunk. Drunk people tell the truth. Just like how Erica was like, oh, drunks and kids tell the truth. I agree 100%.
Yes. And you also said that we should not be talking while we're drinking, right?
Yeah, I always think it's a bad idea to talk about serious situations while you're drinking. I just don't think that it's a good idea at all. It's gonna end up badly. Whether you've had one drink, two drink, everybody handles liquor different or alcohol different.
Yeah.
So people are gonna say things wrong, come out. I don't know. It's just not a good idea.
Okay, so this is my thing that I have.
Cynthia was ready.
Yes.
Yes.
With
Okay.
this, now this is when a young girl is watching this and she sees that Teddy doesn't remember her behavior. Now that scares me because
It's very scary.
It's very scary if you don't remember, because there are consequences that can happen if you don't remember where you're at, where you wake up,
And who you were around.
With.
who you were with. If somebody put something in your drink, this is very serious. Alcoholism, being intoxicated, partying, even if you're on vacation. Ladies and gentlemen, always make sure who is around you.
Yeah, that's scary. On
Absolutely.
vacation, drinking and blacking out.
Yeah,
Yes.
that really did scare me that she didn't remember, and I hope that this triggered something for her to say, you know
step
what,
back.
step back and say, I need to slow down on drinking because this is serious. What if she would have hit Erica or something serious, and you don't
She would have
remember?
got kicked off the show.
That's what my whole thing is about it. I mean, what do you guys think?
No,
I think that Teddy, I think that she blacked out. That's what I think. Because the Teddy that we've seen for, 2 seasons is not the Teddy that would go and do something like that. So I just think that she completely blacked out. We have to keep in mind, they went to wine tasting when they got off the
Yes.
helicopter.
Yes.
They went straight into pre-gaming, and then they went to dinner with drinks again.
And you guys have to remember, TV shows, they encourage,
It
do
is
you know what I
encouraged.
mean? I'm just saying, they encourage, the drinks are there for a reason. But it's also maybe Teddy, drank something that she doesn't normally drink.
True.
Because I think we all know, what we can drink and what we can't. At least I do.
But
Yes,
you know what I
absolutely.
mean? I gotta stay away from dark liquor. I know that. So
But
it's just.
thankfully, she had Kyle and the ladies that she trusted around her say
Absolutely.
she didn't trust her, like
Right.
a Camille with
right,
her.
Right.
Yes,
know?
well, we have the live chat up. I am reading it here now. We have Angela. Hello, Angela. Hi, Lisa. Angela says, I think Teddy, I like Teddy, but I believe that Sorry, can we scroll back up? I like Teddy, but I believe she meant what she said when she was drunk. Lisa says, I think so too, Angela.
I agree, but I also did respect her apology. I could tell that it was sincere. I don't think it was fake at all. And the way that Erica responded, like she even said like she, felt that it was like sincere. And Teddy does beat herself up about everything.
Funny that you said that, because we see the next morning that Teddy is completely remorseful.
That's horrible.
She completely doesn't know what happened. She pulls Erica aside. And one comment, funny that you mentioned fake, is that that's one thing that she actually said about Erica. So do we think that Teddy thinks that Erica is fake?
Yes. Truth always comes out when you're drunk.
Cynthia?
You say
I think she did speak the truth about Erica, but I think I respected Erica for her saying, you might, put yourself down, but she didn't get her weaknesses and bring it up to everybody. She forgave Teddy and she moved
instead of
on.
like beating the dead horse,
That's
like making
why
him
I
feel bad.
respected Erica at that moment. But I think Teddy, in some ways, was speaking her inner truth about her beef with Erica.
Yeah,
so
and that's okay. She's saying it to her face. Like, I respect that.
Yeah, but I'm glad she
It's not like
apologized.
Camille.
I respect both of those women for having that conversation.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got to see that conversation. And obviously with Kyle, I think Kyle really likes Erica. I think that she just has this feeling of she never knows if Erica's having fun with her. But they cleared that up, it looked like.
Erica's hard to read. She's a tough cookie. Like,
Yes.
honestly, she's a very, intimidating person. And sometimes, her facial expressions come off a little harsh. So I think that's why the women feel certain ways that they do. But,
she's a different personality, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
Alyssa says this in the chat. I don't think Teddy understands the premise of the show. She's pointing out the storylines instead of going along to have an entertaining season.
Yeah, she's still new.
She is still new, but she's gotten really close with Kyle. We've seen that, they're in a commercial together with Bravo. So she's really kind of cemented her placing, I think, in the season.
I think
and
she's
in the
staying
show.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So we head back to Beverly Hills. Before we get to Beverly Hills, was there anything that was missing for you guys at Provence? Did we see everything we wanted to see? On terms of vacation-wise, was that a good Beverly Hills vacation?
I think so.
Well, I know Lisa Rinna posted something on Instagram with her and Erica Jane in a convertible car.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I kind of wanted to see what that was
For the
about.
that's with Kris Jenner and all that? Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see that. That's the only thing that I felt like was missing from the scene.
They cut a few things out, that's for sure. I think it's just we're rushing to the end of the season.
Right.
We're going to the finale. We get back to Beverly Hills. We kind of get a recap of what's going on with the ladies. We see Dorit is really stressed out about this Kitson display, which they say is a really big deal in Los Angeles. It's on Robertson. If you guys are not from LA, it's a big deal. We see Kyle and Faye Resnick talking about Camille, actually. And we just kind of catch up with the ladies. So this Dorit display, I mean, this was a big deal to her. Do you think it was really a big deal? Do you think it is a big deal?
I think it's a big deal. Yeah, that's amazing. I think it's great. Congratulations, Camille. I think that's awesome.
Dorit.
Dorit. I wasn't too fond of the window. I didn't get it. The gold people, I don't know. They were naked. Why didn't they have clothes on? Why didn't they have the clothes on that she's selling?
I think artistically, visually, it was like a something from a movie that she was trying to portray. I'm not sure, but it was to her.
I
it was
want to see
artistic.
the clothes.
Yeah.
Well, she did show a little sneak peek of a bathing suit, a pink one. I actually
No,
kind
I
of
want to
like
see.
that.
I want to see the clothes on the mannequin. That's what should bring people in. You walk by, you see a gold mannequin, Beverly Beach by Dorit. The mannequin's naked.
But is it also workout clothes? So I was kind of confused.
Yeah, it was
on
the
what-
workout clothes that she's launching.
And then she had bathing suits. in
Beverly
there.
Bod and then the Beverly Beach. So that's why she made the window like a beach, but with the workout.
But it was kind of different. I've never seen something like that. So maybe everybody has done a mannequin, so they wanted to go a different approach.
It was interesting.
What do you think?
I know that they put on the clothes during when they had the display, but during the time that she was kind of practicing, she didn't have the clothes on. But I think the setup was really interesting. Her take on beach is very different. I did like the new logo though. Did you guys like the bee
BB?
with the yes?
Yeah,
I like
like
that.
that. I
That's
like
kind of
that
like
too.
going into like a little Balenciaga, a lot of like a little
Which
bit of a
is-
high
yeah.
fashion. So the ladies get to the Six, which is a restaurant out here in California. This is the first time that we're seeing Denise and Camille after the fires. So as you guys know, that was a big deal out in fall. It was just so horrific. We got to see what Camille went through on the last episode. That was nice of Rinna to bring clothes for the ladies.
No, that
I
was
think
so
that was,
sweet.
a nice gesture. Teddy brought something as well. There's a lot that went on in this dinner. I think Denise, her house didn't go down. There was a lot that was happening in it, but what are your guys' initial thoughts? Camille's demeanor. This is the first get together before the ending.
Like what do you call it?
She made some comments that we're going to be discussing.
Denise was like, let's look at the bright side. Like, your other house didn't burn down. And she was like, oh, yeah. Like, it was like she wanted, like, she should get the pity. It's horrible. What happened is horrible. But she was like pumping it up to just get more.
But you're blessed
You
to
know?
have a second house or all these
Yeah.
cars. Not
And not
everybody could have lost everything. Their dogs, their paper, everything. And I, at that moment when she said that, it was just kind of like,
It was just
what?
great. It like turned me off like big time. I was like, you have another house. Like, it's horrible what happened, but the way that she like rolled her eyes and was like, yeah, I do. Like, so what?
Yeah, well, she says that she has bad luck. She has been through a lot of
Yeah.
She
bad
has.
things, more, I think, than anyone on
Yes.
Housewives, the whole franchise.
Seriously.
With cancer,
Everything.
the house burning down, the divorce,
And then her friend died.
her assistant
Yeah,
passed.
he died.
She needs a cleaning. That's
She
what
needs,
I feel
like,
like
to get-
cleansing,
yeah,
something.
she
It's
needs a
bad
spirit
luck.
cleansing.
Yes.
Where do we think this is coming from her? Because it's just like, for somebody to have that much bad luck, what do you guys think?
I think that she's focusing on negativity.
Do you think she comes off as a negative person?
If you notice, like, she's always judging and jabbing everything and everyone. Like, so he's like, oh, Thomas, I love your jacket. Oh, well, it's so last season. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's always...
There's always a flip
There's
to
always
it.
a
But,
negative.
they haven't officially announced this in the medical, but negativity should be considered a disease because
Yeah.
sometimes people, they can't help it that they have negativity.
Like an
they
emotional
weren't, they weren't
vampire.
raised, they have emotional trauma, they weren't raised, positive, and that's okay. That
But
is
you can learn
okay.
it. You need to learn
and,
it.
I've been around people like myself. I've been like, I say something negative and then I turn it around and I'll say something positive, right? That's okay
Yeah.
because it's balanced. But the thing is, like, you can't keep saying and judging and being negative. You have to work on yourself before you can be around other people.
It's so true.
This season, I find it very interesting because with Camille, she had a break from being this kind of mean girl.
Yes.
She I felt like she kind of switched up and changed a
like,
little
when
bit.
she came back at first?
Yeah, when she came back, remember
I
on a
agree.
few seasons ago where
Yeah.
she came on as a guest and she was just old Camille having a
Right.
good time. There's something that happened in between that time period that now we're seeing season 1 Camille all over again, and it's
She's,
in
like,
this day and
nasty.
age. In this day and age, it's coming off very bad.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
But it gives us something to talk about because let's just be honest, a lot of people on social media are hating this season. They do not like Beverly Hills. They don't like the franchise. I've seen a lot of people say to just scrap it. Do you think that the show is going on a decline here? Do we think we need an overhaul here? Like,
Yes.
we need to just...
They need to remodel the season.
I think when
I'm
you
sorry,
get to the point where you're
franchise.
bullying and Lisa Vanderpump leaves and, you're calling Lisa Rinna
There's
the
something wrong.
villain and then Camille saying things, financially about somebody at the I
Yeah,
have to go there. But,
course.
I think to me, it is declining because do you not know a different storyline?
Yeah. After this season, I definitely see Andy or maybe some of the producers shuffling up the show because
They need
they
to.
did that for New York a few years ago where there was a set cast and then it just broke and then there was a whole plethora of new women. I think that that might happen on this show.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to definitely remodel it.
She made a comment. Camille made a comment at that dinner about Denise not losing her rental home.
Ugh, look at right here. What did I put? Camille threw a low blow. That was so disgusting. And she said it in
A confident?
confessional.
Yeah,
like in
in
the
the interview.
confessional, right, in the interview. She was like, oh, Denise's rented house. Like, why does that matter? Like, why do you care? Why do you have to, like, why does that have to be put out there?
The rented part, right?
Yeah, she's insecure and she's negative and she's unhappy, so she's deflecting and putting it on other people.
Yes.
And it's super obvious.
The chat room is going off.
Yes.
P. Lee says, I feel for Camille losing her home. Camille is the only person bringing us something to make the show interesting, which I believe is true.
Exactly. But it's negative.
WYTV, Camille did admit that she had other properties, but this was her main house and the one she purchased after her nasty divorce. That house meant more to her than we know. It is. I mean, this is, I see a little bit of the conflict there as well, because there's a part of you that has a soft spot for Camille, even though she's done some pretty bad things. I mean, we all are human.
Well,
and
we all have good and bad qualities.
I mean, but you have to say the episode was boring without her being in that
she
drama.
stepped up. I did say this in the middle of our season that it was true that Camille was going to take over this show, which she has. Lisa Vanderpump is nowhere to be found, and Camille is bringing all of the storylines. Everything that she's done this season is now coming out.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
It's very good for the viewers and for television, and Camille is not new. She knows the things that she says are gonna come out on the show, so she definitely looks prepared.
She's not stupid. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, so she looks very prepared. Lisa says negative will bring negative, and I have to agree.
Yes.
Well, before we go any further, we at AfterBuzz TV always have announcements for you. Amanda, take it away.
Hey, AfterBuzzers, thank you so much for watching. We just want to make sure that you like and subscribe, that you comment. Make sure you always come into our live chat. We love having all of you involved. We just want to thank you so much for making us the ESPN of TV Talk, and give us a thumbs up on YouTube. And thank you so much, guys.
Thank you guys. And also follow us on our Instagram page at AfterBuzz TV.
Yes.
We get comments on our YouTube pages where you guys say our show is better than the actual show.
Yes,
so
I saw that.
that
I
is
saw
a
that.
huge compliment, because we love this show as much as you guys do. We try to say everything that you guys are thinking. So definitely continue to be interactive with us. So we get to this display. This is the moment. This is Dorit's big moment of really showing off the Kitson display. Everybody is arriving. There's champagne. I mean, this is a huge deal. We've actually seen Beverly Beach grow, which is fascinating to me. It kind of reminds me of all the other women that are developing brands, and we kind of see from the beginning. I mean, she had her fashion show at previous seasons.
Right.
Now we're getting to the display. Did you guys like the clothes? Let's talk about the clothes. They were inside the store. We got to see a little bit of the athleisure wear. What do you guys think about the prints? She added a Camille to her collection. Would you ladies wear any of this?
After that dinner,
the pink thing. The pink thing?
The pink bathing suit was really pretty.
Yeah, the pink bathing suit was super cute. Mm-hmm. From what I saw, I thought it was really neat. I really, really thought it was innovative and neat that she made her own camo with the palm tree. I thought that was really cute. I didn't think it was cute, but I thought that that was a really cool idea.
It's kind of like a signature play.
Yeah, I respect Dorit for being creative and wanting to branch out and do something and create something, but yeah.
I just want to know how much everything costs, because I remember her bathing suits were
so
a little
expensive.
bit $200, maybe $300.
Yeah, they were pretty high end.
I wonder how much her fitness line is.
I do like the colors. I think that she does a good job at kind of staying on trend with what's happening, what's popping.
Yeah.
I do like the Camille. I thought that was her explanation of it was kind of funny, how it was the cover up and the holes in it.
That was hilarious.
Yes.
That was hilarious. I loved that.
So we get to the display. I thought it came together.
No, but Camille, she reveals it with a trash bag.
Yes, the dig.
Can you just be happy for somebody? Can we just be positive?
I do have to say, I was not.
That was so mean.
Yeah, I was not expecting the trash bags though.
I know, but it's you don't say it. Keep that to yourself.
She was acting like it though. Yeah. I mean, come on.
But yeah, I was kind of confused. Why it couldn't have been a curtain? They couldn't have just made it a little bit more bougie.
I mean, if I was part of the creative aspect of it, I think I would have had the Dorit logo with the B/B and have it there.
How did Dorit let that? I'm surprised Dorit let that happen. Aren't you? A trash bag?
It might be standard for Kitson to just have, the main big deal of this is the display.
I'm just saying this
outside.
is Beverly Hills.
I think she was going for more of an artsy look in some ways, different.
Yeah.
apparently.
Because I've never seen a trash bag opening.
It was just weird.
It was
whatever.
different.
I don't know. I've never seen a kitchen window opening. This is my first time. So if that's normal, cool. I don't know. I just thought it was like.
Well, we didn't miss the Camille dig about the reveal being a trash bag. So that was wild. I mean, Camille
I honestly wouldn't have even noticed if she didn't like say anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because they just kind of.
Now they have to make a dress or some kind of outfit with that trash bag.
It's going to be a collection.
Dorit should show up to the reunion in a trash bag dress. Do it. I dare you. Do it.
Yes, we get to see Erica there as well. Everybody kind of was there to celebrate. I thought it was a great moment for her. PK was there.
I thought it was sweet.
They all got into the bus and headed off to the Beverly Center, which have you guys been, by the way? This is so off topic. They just redid it. They have an overhaul.
The farmhouse?
To the farmhouse, and the whole complex has gotten redid.
I've never been to the farmhouse.
Yeah.
Have you?
No, not yet.
Have you been to the
At the Beverly Center?
Yeah, the restaurant that they were at.
Oh, no, I've been to the Beverly Center,
Yeah.
which is gorgeous
They
itself,
just
but not
redid it.
that.
It looks
The entire
amazing.
thing? Wow.
The entire thing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah,
You
they've
need to
been
go
working
check
on it for a
out.
while.
Right? Yeah. So the husbands were there. I was not expecting it, but I was glad because, and it's interesting because we get to farmhouse and the husbands are at the other end of the table. They didn't get involved at all.
I didn't hear one guy's voice the entire time.
What kind of food is sold at the farmhouse? This is very interesting because I've never been
Yeah,
there.
it looks like American food. I can be wrong,
Okay.
but
I have
from
no
what they
idea.
were eating, it looked pretty delicious.
Okay.
But
I mean, they had short ribs from what remember everybody ordered.
Yeah. That food did
Yeah,
look
they pretty much
delicious.
had. I think they had like a mixture of everything.
on the way there, Dorit made us a comment about having to put out some fires with a display right next to Camille.
Oh, I
And
didn't
she
even
was
realize.
wearing a red dress.
Oh, I didn't
also.
even realize that.
Was that a dig or was that just
I don't think
slip
she
of the
meant
tongue?
it. I think it was a slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
No, well, she was wearing a red dress, so she had every right to say that. So, I mean, I think it was a dig.
You thought it was a dig?
Oh, wow.
What do you guys think?
Well, let's get back to the chat real quick. WYTV says, LOL, just trash bag material. They use those in Chicago.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
I'm loving the chat tonight.
Yeah, I am. I love it.
Before we go further, we have tweets for you, which we love to read about what you guys are talking about on social media. I love how everything is so interactive now. I literally, if I don't watch one of the episodes, I'll just go up online and just hashtag the show, and everything's online.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's get started here. This one's from New Yorker. I'll read this one. This is the worst season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's time to flush. No more Lisa Rinna, Erica, Teddy, and Dorit. And that's what we're looking at for our podcast listeners, is the names of these women on toilet paper in the toilet.
Wow.
So I'm telling you, a lot of people are not vibing with this season. They thought it was kind of boring. I think back to past seasons, and with everybody saying that there's a decline on the show, I feel brainwashed at this point. I'm like, it kind of has lost a little bit of touch.
Why do you guys think that? Like, what is it about this season that is not it from like all the other seasons?
Well, the Lisa Vanderpump.
I think Lisa not being in it is a huge problem for a lot of people because she really added to it. You know, she was the British woman that just started the show with Kyle, and for her to be absent, I think a lot of people were also upset about the bullying. And, you know, that's going to definitely come up at the reunion for sure. Let's go to the next one.
I'll take this one. It's at _Corey D97. It said, I'd had to come on Twitter to say at Erica Jane's makeup in this scene is purely gorgeous. She looks like a blonde Bratz doll. Okay.
She looked great. I think
her makeup's always amazing. Yes. She's a beautiful woman, so. Next.
And the next one, I'll read this one. Jesus, Camille, does the woman have anything nice to say?
Thank you.
I mean, our reactions.
She's a beautiful woman. She has a lot going for her.
And she has so many blessings. She has great kids. She's got, you know, a lot more than a lot of people. And it's
She's
just
very blessed.
The one thing I've learned about negativity is you first have to start with yourself and say something positive. Don't say other negative things to other people. Start saying positive things about yourself and you will remove all negativity.
Of course.
That's all I have
This
to
tweet,
say.
you guys, are you Cynthia? Look at that. Right, can you read it?
No, I don't have my glasses.
So this is from @TaterTotty_. It says, the realest thing Lisa Rinna has ever said. Camille Grammer's behavior is exactly why people don't have sympathy for rich people. Amen.
Yes.
It's the truth.
she really kind of showed the viewers another side to her that I didn't even really know that was there.
Seriously.
But, you know, I'm not going to defend her. It's just, I'm just stating a fact. She lost her house. She mentally, I would be really devastated. I think she's in a bad place. It just so happens that they're filming the show because there has to be a reason why she's the only one that has this kind of energy. It's her house is the only one that got burned down, really.
But she was making these comments before her house burned down.
Very true.
So, I mean, bad things happen to
Etiquette 101, bad manners. Don't be asking people how much they get paid, what's their financial
You don't talk about husband's
money.
money.
Oh, we're going to get there.
Yes, I'm so fumed.
You want to take this one?
Okay, so this is from @Lucy021 or Q21. Do not come for Denise, Camille, anyone else but our Denise. Seriously, Denise is so
And the
sweet.
gift says, you better watch yourself.
You better watch yourself.
This one comes from Andrew's Melissa. I almost felt bad for Camille until she acted like an entitled snob talking about the situation at dinner.
Yep.
You know, I can only imagine what kind of reunion she has. I know that Lisa Rinna was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy a few nights ago, and Camille had it bad at the reunion. So let's keep the tweets going.
Chadwick, genius. Her reveal was a garbage bag. Hashtag RHOBH. Thank you so much. I do have to agree with that.
Moving on. This one's from Anthony. Wow, Camille came off of that fire meaner than a rattlesnake. Good God, woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these are the tweets that were going up as I was pulling them off, and it's all Camille tonight.
Okay, so this one is Marie395. Don't we need Camille and the shade this season? I mean, LVP gone. I'm not mad that Camille is bringing it.
See how back and forth
this
the
is
audience
like so
is?
wishy-washy.
It is.
Woo.
Because if Camille didn't bring all this, then we wouldn't be here talking about all this. But
True.
The chat says Camille dragged everybody to Denise. Denise said she couldn't shut her pie hole. There's a lot that went on. Before we go and end the show tonight, let's talk about news and gossip.
Okie doke, guys. So let me just jump right into here. We have from E.T. This is Kyle Richards shares a message for Lisa Vanderpump after she quits Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Sorry, guys, I'm having trouble talking. So pretty much what she says is, I always wish Lisa the best. I know that she may not feel that because of everything that's gone on in the season, but I have a lot of respect for Lisa. I care about her very much. You know, we had a lot of fun together, and I really wish her the best. I think she's amazing at what she does with her restaurants and bars, so I wish her continued success and health and happiness. If you guys want to continue to read the article, again, it is on ET. You can just type in, you know, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills news, and then click on the ET link, and you can read the full story there.
Yes, make sure to check that out, everybody. There's always
Wow, she was
news.
really really pumping up Lisa Vanderpump in that article.
Yes.
She's like, I love her. She's made like,
I know.
Kyle and Lisa are always just gonna have that, I think, and it's really sad to me that they're not friends. Like, it's
I know.
sad
And
to
the
me.
fact that it has gotten to the point where Lisa is no longer on the show is really mind-blowing. The fact that she didn't
weird.
go to the reunion, I really think that something's going to change with this show. I don't know what it is, but we're not going to leave you guys without talking about this farmhouse incident. We get to Farmhouse. It looked like a great restaurant. I definitely want to check it out after tonight. It looked like
we should go.
Yeah, we definitely need to go.
After the reunion. We should go that
We're
night.
celebrating Dorit's display. This is Dorit's big night. We've seen nights that celebrate Dorit don't go well. It didn't go well at the fashion show when Kyle had the drama with her, and tonight was just the same. Thoughts on this monumental dinner? I mean, this was a big one. This whole was almost equivalent to what happened in Amsterdam. It's just nobody got out of their seat. Nobody threw a wine glass. This is just a mess.
I think when that subject got brought up, everybody should have got up from the table and walked away. Like, how can you sit there? Like, I understand it's kind of like a car crash, like you want to look but you don't, like, type thing. Mm-hmm. I just think that it was so inappropriate and disrespectful and disgusting. I myself personally, I would have got up and left. I wouldn't have sat there and listened to it. Like, I really think everybody should have left.
Well, let's start in order. Lisa Rinna kind of was wanting to discuss this. They wanted to talk to her about it in Provence.
Okay.
This was the moment to kind of bring up everything. We got Camille sitting down. We have the whole crew sitting down here. Was this the right place to talk about this stuff?
No, but I in my regards, I was saying like just how Camille flipped it and just like turned it into, you know what I mean? The situation with the money and all that. I just don't think, I think that everybody, that had nothing to do with anybody, and I think they should have got up and left.
But Dorit shouldn't have brought up anything that she always does at every dinner table. I mean, this was actually Dorit's event. They always do this to her, but it's always because she brings something up and then the cat claws come out and Camille was speaking up. But I think Camille was going under the belt too deep.
Did you guys see the way how she was like, there was literally like no remorse. Like she had no, right? It was literally like no emotion at all. Like no sympathy. It was just so mean the way that she was like coming across.
Like they called it a snake.
It was just no emotion. It was seriously like really weird to watch.
I think one thing that she's going to use in her defense is that Dorit asked for it. So if you don't want to hear it, then don't say anything. I just have to bring up one massive fact about this whole dinner. Yeah. Where the hell was PK?
Oh, yeah, because all the guys.
Always
and
MIA.
He was not MIA at the display.
No, not that, but at the dinner.
Do you guys think Camille would have brought it up if he was there? Do you think
because he would have told her off.
I don't think that she would have brought it up, no. But this was minutes apart. So I hope that somebody brings that up. I wanted to bring it up on our show, but from Kitson to Farmhouse is
where did PK go?
30 minutes away.
I think...
Actually, no, 10 minutes.
Wait, was it ever explained, like, where he went? Or
no,
he just
this is tonight. We are doing it on our show and bringing up where was PK.
Well, first of all, why is he telling Camille information about his financial, stature? And I think she would have done it regardless if he was sitting there, because that's what snakish activity is.
How mean she was? Like, she probably would have, I think.
Yes, but this was a big deal. I want to ask you guys, where did he go?
I honestly have no idea. Maybe he had a business. Maybe he had something to do after. Maybe he had to go with the kid. I don't know.
Yeah,
because it looked like Teddy's husband was listening to the original conversation. I don't know if you guys saw that clip when he was talking to Camille and then they had the camera towards Teddy's husband. So was he listening to that conversation also?
I think that everybody just wanted to not say anything. Erica didn't say anything.
Wait, are you talking about the flashback?
Yeah, the flashback.
Oh, the flashback of when PK was telling Camille.
I think he was listening. I just think that the husbands know not to say anything. But I was really kind of surprised that Erica didn't say nobody really kind of chimed in. I guess it wasn't their place to say anything, but this all kind of went from bad to ugly.
But Rinna did.
No, that's Rinna's role.
Rinna did, and then Kyle eventually did a little bit later. Though she didn't do it right away.
When Teddy can finally jump in and do something, she doesn't do it. Sorry, but I would have jumped in and I would have been like, wow, like this is seriously ridiculous. You guys need to stop. Like I would have walked away or something. To me, it was just, you don't talk about spouses, you don't talk about money, you don't talk about kids. It's just common sense. You just don't do it unless you want a fire to erupt.
Yeah, and this was a night that Beverly Beach is coming out, which is money that they spent on this project and on this line. So Camille's choice of bringing that out there, she didn't even bring that out to Lisa Rinna, but, she's going to I think she's going to own it at the end of the day and say that I was saying it to your face.
But this is the problem. You're showing rifts between people's financial stability, and you're continuing to attack her on her husband. I know information. That's putting even more
disgusting
labels on people, from whether you're rich, you're poor, you're middle class. That's showcasing that. And Camille needed to stop and say, you know what, I need to stop. Like, I need to behave my house.
We should talk
in private.
later.
You don't do that in front of everybody. That's so disrespectful to Dorit, and I do not agree what Camille did at all. I was very upset.
Dorit handled it well. Like, I would not, especially if I was like, I would not have handled that well.
Well, I'm glad that nobody got.
I mean, come on, like. That was horrible.
I'm glad that nobody got out of their seat, though, because this was one of those intense moments where Dorit was just, I'm sure she would have loved PK to be there to kind of speak up
But
and defend her.
Do you think that the ladies were in shock and they didn't even know what
They
to
had
say?
no idea.
I think everyone was in shock. Like Camille came out of nowhere with that, and she was like, "I'm protecting you. I'm protecting you."
Well, that's the
not,
twist.
No, but that's not protecting. You take somebody on the side and you talk to them outside of it. You don't.
But why do you need to protect me from my husband?
Maybe,
that's none of your business.
I think because
unless he's cheating, then you can tell me.
Or that's true. But again, like we were saying, did Dorit not know? Is this true? Did Dorit not know? Is PK keeping this from her?
Why don't you invite her to
true.
lunch or dinner or breakfast or a hike and say, listen,
hey,
Dorit,
there's something concerning.
me and you have issues, but this is what I want to tell you. This is what your husband told me. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Not in front of a beautiful dinner with all these people.
And expose it.
Juicy food, having a great time. You know,
Juicy food.
Okay,
Yes.
juicy food.
She ruined the dinner.
Yeah, and then the ladies probably were like, I gotta go.
I'm probably not even hungry anymore. I probably wouldn't have even been hungry,
Appetite.
honestly.
I
That
think
probably would have been
she-
most upsetting. I couldn't eat.
She definitely did ruin the dinner. I think Camille knew what she was doing. Let's be honest here. I don't know if they were drinking too much or what was happening or how long from when they walked in till, maybe PK had left. He was there, and then when it got brought up, he left. I'm curious to know. I
don't
really
think he
hope
would
that
have
they
left
asked.
if it got brought up. PK would have freaked out.
Yeah, he would have
I
freaked
mean,
out.
look at what he did at the other vacate. Remember on Kyle? Yeah, he had no.
And Camille better not blame it on alcohol. I don't even want
I
to
don't
hear
think
that.
so.
No.
She can't blame it on the fire either. I'm sorry. Things happen to everybody. Horrible things happen to
Yes.
everybody every day. That doesn't mean that you throw low blows at people and attack people for like that. There's no excuse for that.
Yes, there's so many layers to this argument that happened. It was really nasty to watch, to be honest. Lisa Vanderpump gets brought up because, again, another thing that Camille did on top of everything else is that she went to people and had this kind of two-faced article about how she was really, kissing Lisa Rinna's butt off, like just really...
God.
Lisa Vanderpump.
Lisa Vanderpump playing two sides of the fence here. She got called out tonight.
I know, and Lisa Rinna was like, the way she called her out, I was like, I like that. Like, it was playful, but you could tell she was serious.
Yeah.
You don't mess with nobody's husband. Lisa Rinna already learned that a long time ago.
Do you think that Camille handled herself well? Because she did feel attacked. This was another one of those situations that Camille felt attacked by the ladies.
What?
Do you think she handled it well?
How was Camille attacked?
Well, she said that on the show. She felt attacked by everybody bringing up her stuff all at once.
But remember,
they were having a go at her.
Negative brings negative. Negativity brings in negativity.
Mm-hmm.
So
Don't be negative.
Be positive, please.
Yeah, if something negative's happening, like Denise was saying, look at the positive. Look at the positive in it, and that helps you get through it.
PK owing money, millions of dollars is what Camille says.
$1 million to her good friend. $1 million to her good friend.
Yeah.
To her
And
psychic
she knows
friend
it,
or
and
who?
it's a fact.
Yes, she
Who
did.
is this friend?
I know. She should have let the viewers know, I think. It was just not nice to see.
I don't know. Next week's going to be heated, and I'm excited.
And I really enjoyed Camille. I liked her villain side. I was excited, but when
She kind of pushed it. Like she was
didn't
going.
like it. I didn't
under
like
the
it.
belt,
It was
pushing
weird.
and bullying and passive
It
aggressive.
was literally like she was enjoying every second of it. Like she's so happy she had this information and she wanted to expose it.
It was like Mad Day, right?
It was like she blackmail.
But
she has the power.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's trying to be Lisa Vanderpump.
But Dorit really showed a classy woman, and I respected the way she was behaving.
Do you think she was embarrassed?
I think that she was
Yeah.
taken aback.
Yeah,
And I really
shocked.
think that this might be true. And she's like, oh my God. And that's why she didn't explode. Do you know what I mean? Because I think it was the new information and she was taking it in and like, oh my God.
Like if she was crying in a car scene, I would be like, you know what? She had every right to cry. What just happened to her at a dinner?
Yeah.
Like I felt really embarrassed for her and sad for her.
And that was her night.
That was her night.
That is so mean.
Yeah.
Like, again, Camille's just in a bad place, so she wants everybody else to be just as miserable as she is. Like, that's just what it is.
Yes. Well, she says that she went below the belt. She called her vicious, mean. She called her a snake. To her face.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think by doing all this, Camille is going to be on the next season as a permanent housewife? Do you think she has granted herself that role?
It looks like the viewers are liking it.
Yeah.
And it's about the viewers.
At the end of the day. What do you think, Cynthia?
I don't think she's gonna come back.
Really?
I think you
really don't?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't. I think that.
Do you think this is as bad as the psychic situation that happened back?
That was horrible.
The energy felt a
was-
little similar.
It felt
like-
so ugly.
Like I feel
like ugly,
off.
right?
Like
Yeah.
my energy feels off right now.
It
but
feels ugly.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe it.
I don't think she's gonna be back next season. I don't.
Well,
I think there's
depending
gonna
on
be
what happens
someone
with her
else.
house and all that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, in the chat, WYTB says, LOL, perhaps producers asked PK not to be there so that the conversation could be had.
Ding, ding, ding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
I know. This is
wouldn't
a
doubt
question
it.
that I'm hoping that they ask at the reunion. Like, where was PK? Because I just want to know
Maybe,
so bad.
don't they have like live stuff going on to where we could ask the question?
Yes. We
Hey,
need to send
everybody,
those.
let's go on the
Yes.
reunion. Let's ask this question. Where was PK? Because they're all so curious.
Yes. Before the show ends, let's get into some quick predictions for next week.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
My prediction is that Denise is gonna basically just come alive in this last episode because she didn't really bring too much drama. I liked her. We got to know her. I think she has a great life. I think she's an amazing person. For the show, I didn't really see her kind of ruffle too many feathers, so I think this is gonna be her moment to explosively leave us before going into the reunion.
I think next week there's going to be a blow up. I think PK is going to confront Camille. And I'm excited to see that.
Yes.
All I have to say is #Team Denise. That is it.
Yes. Well, we hope that you guys enjoyed our after show. We could be here all night talking about this. We
Yes.
love the show so
Yes.
much. Before we leave you, Cynthia, where can we find you online?
You guys can find me on Instagram at CynthiaNicole5.
Hey everyone, I'm Amanda Terry. You can follow me on Instagram at makeup_Mandy with an I.
Thanks, guys, for hanging out. I'm your host at Thomas Erlina on social media. Watch my music video. It just dropped on Friday. You can find my music video. It's Two Besties Together, Summer Vibes. It's summer now officially, so it's definitely the
yes.
song to party to and to listen to all summer long. We will see you guys here next week.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.